All right, good afternoon to my CDP Library Services subscribers and other visitors to the channel. In this lesson, I will be taking you through an example of an SAT maths question, which is of course coming from the branch of algebra. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this question. All right, so the question reads, the velocity of a vibrating string can be determined using the formula V equal the square root of t divided by the difference, or the quotient rather, of m and l, hence dividing again, where t is the tension of the string, m is the mass of the string, and l is the length of the string. Which of the following expresses the length of the string in terms of V, T, and M? Now, just let us start at the end of the question. They're asking which of the following expresses or shows the length of the string in terms of V. So in other words, then, the idea, they want you to express the length. Now, in the formula in fact expressed the velocity or the wave velocity, but they want you to then know there's a term that we use in mathematics, transpose. So you want to change the position of V and now making the subject of the formula be the length rather than it being the wave velocity. So this is similar to what we do in an exam called CXC. So any other exam, whether it be GCSE, CXT, or SAT, the same principle applies. Now, best practice is to simply illustrate what can be illustrated. So here we have a vibrating string, which is this word right here. Now, they already measure the wave velocity, right? They measure the time, they measure the mass, and they measure the length. These are what we call fundamental basic quantities, and they measure these things, but they notice that there was a pattern, and they derive at this formula. They derive at this formula using the pattern that exists. Good. Now, in our regular classes at CDP Library Services, we let our students do experiments and different lab activities so they can develop the skills to derive formulas from patterns. All right, now let's continue now. So the question is now, how do we now transpose this formula? First, I'm going to start off with making up a question. I'm going to use the number 36. So I'm going to say that 36, the square root of 36 is equal to, I heard you, 6. Good. Now what the question is now, what if they had x being equal to 6? The question then would be, what is x? Now, in order to find what is x, we would have to then now square both sides. So let's see how that works. So first we're going to write in, we're going to put in this, then we're going to put in this, then we're going to put in this. So let's use 36 in this case. Then I put the x so you can see that it is true. Now, if you do what is in the bracket first. So the square root of 36, the square root of 36 would have been x, agree? Therefore the square of, and the square now of that would give you back what? 36. So in order to remove the square root sign, you can square it and you remove it. So the first step is to remove the square root sign from this, which is to square both sides of the expression. Good. Now, so we know that the value of x is 36. Make sense? All right. So when you square both sides, you're basically removing this. All right. So watch the story now. So let's use that approach now to the question itself. So let's rewrite the formula right here. So v is equal to the square root of that, which is t right here. Then we have m divided by the length, which is L. And as we have learned from this simple example, that to remove this, we're going to square both sides. So let's square both sides then now. So we're going to square, find the square of v squared. And then now we have to now say, find the square of this 2. So all that is going to work is put in this, then we go here, then in that we go here, but there, so we also go here, and then right here we're going to go here. So here we have it. Here we have it, right? So put our square root, our square right here, and we'll put t right here, and we'll put m, and we'll put L. Now we know that when we square this, we're going to get back this thing under this symbol right here. So therefore v squared then now, let's write that. So v squared then v squared then is equal to and then of course, so we're gonna go further. Wrong thing. This thing is gonna go here. Well, we remove the square root sign. My bad. Supposed to remove the square root sign, right? Yeah. So it should be equal to t divided by m divided by L. So that's where we go. So our first step then is to remove the square root sign, and that is how you remove the square root sign. Now remember, now we want to make L by itself. So we have to then remove, in order to make L by itself now, how we're going to do this? Well, to remove this, we have to multiply this both sides by ml. All right, now watch this now. Let's multiply both sides by ml. Good, let's do that. So here we have, so let's use some space over this side. So v squared will be multiplied now by ml. So watch me now. So we end up with ml. But when you multiply that, you're going to end up getting rid of this one. Right, so there it is. Let me show you quickly. So if you multiply this by ml, what you have left now is this cancelling out this. So now say, so what you're going to end up with is this. Let me just do it quickly. We end up with v square m over L equal to t. But remember, we want L to be where v is, as in right here. So we can now multiply them and say v square m is equal to LT. For multiply both sides by L, we get LT. Remove this L. So that is what we have right there now. Or TL, what do you want to call it? LT or TL. Good. Then now we move from right here and we'll go here. And then we can say now we want left L, so we have to just divide both sides now by T. So you have to your final answer then going to be v square m divided by t will give you the answer L. Alright, so that is how it is done. Now if we are now offering a free 3 weeks online classes, and if you'd like to participate in this free 3-week online classes, please click on the link below in the description. Look forward now to helping you to get a better understanding of what we just did, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos that refers to SAT, Algebra and more. So stay tuned to CDP Labs Edu Services YouTube channel. And remember, you know, we are doing our free 3 weeks online classes, and just to get more information, click on the link below in the description, and of course remember to subscribe. Look out for our live sessions coming soon, back again on our YouTube channel. So remember, in our classes we will teach you how to develop your critical thinking skills, your reasoning ability, so you are better able to approach any SAT maths question. But to get that opportunity, click on the link below. Click on the link below so you can participate in the free online 3 weeks free online classes for SAT. So thank you for viewing this video. Looking forward to see you in those 3 weeks. Take care. Peace out.